Merchant Marine during the Vietnam War, and it was the goddamnest thing I ever saw in my life. I didn't like what I saw, so I decided I would photograph it. I decided that I would photograph Vietnam differently. How do you photograph what you can't see?
He's a very accomplished photographer. I don't know if you know that or not, but he's a super photographer. And he's a nice gentleman. I have a lot of respect for Ed.
When I got to Vietnam, I said, well, what you're going to do is you're going to remember every picture you ever saw in Life magazine and you're going to duplicate it. And that's what I did.
He's got this one shot that he took in Vietnam, which is haunting. It's all these reeds coming out of the water. It's just stunningly gorgeous. Taken in the 60s, I believe.
You're placed in a difficult position when you're in a war. Because all sorts of things are happening, you have absolutely no control. And so what you have to do is you have to let everything happen in front of you and just pick out what you want to do with it. If it tells the story you want, you're so much ahead for it. Every time you do a roll of film, you put it in your pockets and look up and tell God, I hope I got it today. I hope it comes out right, because you don't know. That's the beauty of it, that's the fun of it, and this is what we get to enjoy, because we enjoy doing what we do.
I'm also upset because she could have told me on Monday.
I'm not completely deaf, I'm just don't hear very well. And so I'm visually oriented. You get good at it. If you do the same thing every day, and I did the same thing every day. I worked at least 6 days a week doing photography after I got off work. Today I consider myself a good portrait artist, and I learned it on Fillmore Street. Everybody that came by, I would wait for people at 5 o'clock. The first person to walk by my door at 5 o'clock, I said, today's your day to get your picture taken. They said, what is this? I said, well, I'm a photographer and I haven't taken anybody's picture today and you're it. These are some of the lessons of Fillmore Street. And this young lady, she graduated from college recently. Her father was a very good friend of mine. One of your most valuable tools is that the person doing the photography has to learn how to become invisible, not exist, so that you don't interfere with your subject. I spent all the money I ever had to this day, I spent on photography.
Live your own individual truth. We have a motto here, which is live your truth, know your truth, speak your truth.
Sometimes you look up and as a photographer, you see a picture, and you see the picture in its total content, and its total feeling and emotion. And it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it just goes bang in your head.
That's what art is all about, I believe. I mean, it's about speaking your truth, showing what you see, describing what you feel, being with who you are.
You get exposed to so many things as a photographer, and again, it's what you carry with you when you get exposed to something as to how you're going to use it. I knew a photographer who went back to the same location for 14 years, every day on exactly the same day, to get this one picture. He got it on the 14th year. He persevered, and it occurred on the 14th year. He got his picture. One of the greatest sunsets I ever saw was in Cam Bay. And a sunset in Cam Bay can be the most remarkable experience you'll ever have in your life, because when the sun goes down, it turns into a great big red ball of the strangest red you've ever seen, most beautiful red you've ever seen. And it just goes down and sinks down below the horizon. And all you do is shake your head when you see it. You never believe you're seeing something like this. It's so beautiful. And I didn't have my camera. I'll go back and get it later. On the 14th year, I'll be back, right?